Is this the boldest SUV Mazda has ever built? It might not shout with massive grills or oversized proportions, but the 2026 CX-30 speaks with precision, balance, and a kind of quiet confidence that dares you to look closer. It's not just designed to turn heads. It's engineered to make you feel something behind the wheel. And in a world of overcomplicated crossovers, that makes it a rebel. Mazda calls it Kodo design, motion captured in stillness, and nowhere is that more evident than on the CX-30's sheet metal. Every curve, every reflection feels sculpted, intentional. For 2026, the updates are subtle but impactful. A more aggressive grille texture, slimmer headlights, and a new wheel design that gives it an even more athletic stance. There's a purity to it that's rare in this class. No excessive creases, no fake vents, just form meeting function in the most elegant way. Inside, the CX-30 continues to punch far above its price tag. The cabin is quiet, almost cocoon-like, with a minimalist dash layout that favors the driver. Premium materials wrap nearly every surface: soft leather, brushed metal, and solid-feeling switchgear. This isn't economy class pretending to be premium. It feels authentically upscale. And Mazda didn't just focus on materials. The seating position is low and confident, like a sports car with a better view. It feels intentional, like everything is exactly where it should be. But the real statement this SUV makes? It's on the road. Under the hood, you've got options. But the standout is still the 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4. It delivers up to 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque when fueled with premium, giving the CX-30 a surprising punch. Acceleration is smooth and immediate, and it hits 60 in just over 6 seconds. That's fast for a subcompact SUV, and the best part? It feels fast. The 6-speed automatic is tuned beautifully to match the engine's character, always ready, without feeling twitchy. Handling is where the CX-30 pulls away from the pack. The steering is crisp, direct, and beautifully weighted. Mazda's G-Vectoring Control Plus system subtly adjusts torque and weight distribution through corners, giving it an agile, planted feel. It's not pretending to be a sports car, but it drives like one when you want it to. Fuel economy clocks in at 22 mpg city and 30 highway with the turbo, while the naturally aspirated version stretches it a bit further. Tech in the 2026 model feels refined, not overloaded. A new 10.3-inch screen sits cleanly in the dash, finally offering touch capability when parked. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and the interface is snappy and intuitive. Mazda's safety suite covers the essentials: lane keep, assist, adaptive cruise, blind spot monitoring, all tuned to feel like a co-pilot, not a babysitter. Pricing starts at around $26,500 for the base model, but the sweet spot lies in the mid-30K range, where you unlock that turbocharged power and a cabin that feels like it belongs in a different league. The 2026 Mazda CX-30 isn't about being the biggest or the flashiest. It's about delivering an experience, one that's deeply rewarding, every time you get behind the wheel. It's bold, not because it's loud, but because it dares to be precise, refined, and emotional in a segment that too often settles for average. And if this is Mazda's quiet revolution, just wait till you see what's coming next. Welcome back to Cars IQ, where machines aren't just reviewed, they're experienced. Today we're diving into something raw, rare, and absolutely unapologetic. The 2026 BMW M2 CS isn't here to impress with gimmicks. It's here to remind us what driving should feel like, and what it still can be. It's meaner, sharper, wider. Every angle of the new M2 CS feels dialed to 11. The flared fenders give it real stance. The carbon fiber roof slices weight and drops. The center of gravity and those massive air intakes, not just for show, they're feeding a monster. Slide inside and the message is loud and clear. This is a cockpit built for speed. You get deep, sculpted carbon bucket seats that hug like race harnesses. Alcantara wraps the wheel. And that red start button? It's not just for ignition, it's a trigger. Press it, and the M2 CS growls to life like it's ready to pounce. Under the hood lives BMW's S58 engine, a 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six, pushing 543 horsepower to the rear wheels. That's more than the M4 competition. And guess what? You can still get it with a 6-speed manual. That alone makes this car a unicorn in 2026. Go to 60, just 3.6 seconds. But it's not just about speed, it's how it delivers it. The throttle is razor sharp, the steering precise, communicative, and beautifully weighted. This thing doesn't just accelerate, it attacks corners with a balance that feels instinctive. The chassis is alive. You're not just driving, you're connected. BMW hasn't ignored tech either. iDrive 9 is slick and lightning fast. You've got M-Drive modes, telemetry, lap timers, all integrated into a crystal-clear digital display. And yet, it never distracts from the main event. Everything is tuned to elevate the drive, not get in its way. Starting at just over $90,000, the 2026 M2 CS isn't cheap. But what you're buying isn't just performance stats or luxury trim, you're buying the essence of driving. The edge, the noise, the challenge. It's a car built for the purist, in a world that's rapidly moving in the opposite direction. If this is one of the last great analog driver's cars, it's going out with a fight. And what's coming next? Trust us, it's going to get even wilder. Keep your eyes on the road. Cars IQ is just getting started. What if the safest bet in the compact SUV game just decided to raise the stakes? This is the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross. Familiar name, radically refined. And what Toyota has done here isn't just an update, it's a redefinition. The face is sharper, bolder. New LED light signatures slice through the front fascia, framing a wider, more assertive grille. Wheel options now climb to 19 inches, and with a slightly lower stance and stronger lines, the Corolla Cross no longer looks like it's just playing catch-up. It's setting a new pace. Slide inside and you're met with a cabin that finally feels as upscale as it is practical. Soft-touch materials now dominate the dash. A larger 12.3-inch digital cluster sits behind a redesigned steering wheel, and the center touchscreen, upgraded to 10.5 inches, responds with the kind of immediacy that Toyota systems have lacked until now. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Of course they are. But let's talk about what's under the hood, because here's where things get real. The 2026 Corolla Cross is powered by a refined 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine, producing 169 horsepower. It's paired with a new hybrid option delivering a combined 196 horsepower through Toyota's latest eCVT and an on-demand all-wheel drive system. Acceleration is surprisingly responsive, 0 to 60 in around 7.8 seconds with the hybrid, and the ride? Quiet, composed, confident. Steering is sharper with Toyota's updated electric power assist, and the suspension has been retuned for less roll and more road feel. It's not sporty, but it's far from dull. Fuel economy shines, up to 42 MPG combined in the hybrid trim. That's real-world savings without sacrificing capability. And with Toyota Safety Sense 4.0 now standard, you're getting advanced lane tracing, upgraded pedestrian detection, and proactive driving assist. This car doesn't just keep you safe, it thinks about safety for you. Pricing starts around $25,500 for the base model and climbs to just under $34,000 for the fully loaded hybrid XSE. That's serious value, especially when you stack it against the likes of the HR-V and Seltos. The 2026 Corolla Cross doesn't scream for attention, it earns it. And in a world flooded with over-promises and under-deliveries, that kind of quiet confidence hits different. There's more coming, much more. Because while the Corolla Cross just leveled up, there's something else on the horizon that's about to flip expectations entirely. Stay ready.
What happens when one of the world's most reliable names decides it's time to step up the game? You get this, the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross. No longer just a practical crossover. Now it's got attitude, sharper tech, and a powertrain that actually wants to be driven. You'll notice it instantly. This isn't yesterday's Corolla Cross. Toyota's refined its compact SUV with bolder lines, a wider stance, and a new front fascia that finally says, "I've arrived." It's clean, confident, and just the right amount of aggressive. Inside, it's a surprisingly premium experience. The materials feel more upscale, the dash layout is driver-focused, and yes, that new 12.3-inch digital cluster and the upgraded 10.5-inch infotainment touchscreen make everything look futuristic but familiar. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and Toyota's new voice assistant, it actually understands you now. But let's get to the part you came here for, performance. Because this time, Toyota isn't playing it safe. Under the hood, you've got two options. The base 2.0L engine delivers a modest 169 horsepower, but solid for city commuting. But it's the hybrid that flips the script. A 2.0L engine paired with Toyota's 5th-gen hybrid system, pushing out 196 horses with instant torque and seriously improved throttle response. 0 to 60 in under 7.5 seconds, quick for the class, and still pulling nearly 42 mpg. Combined, that's not just efficient, that's unmatched. Steering is tighter, the suspension's more refined, and with available all-wheel drive, it finally feels planted on twisty roads. Is it a sports car? No, but for a compact SUV, it's got soul. And for the first time, the Corolla Cross is actually fun to drive. Practicality hasn't gone anywhere. 60/40 split rear seats, tons of cargo space, and Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 standard. Whether you're commuting, road tripping, or just hitting your favorite coffee spot, this thing delivers. Starting at around $25,500, the 2026 Corolla Cross punches above its weight, style, efficiency, and performance, all wrapped in one of the most trusted badges in the industry. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a statement. The Corolla Cross is no longer just the smart choice, it's the exciting one. And if this is where Toyota's headed, buckle up, because we've got a wild road ahead. You've seen what's next, but trust me, what comes after, you won't want to miss it.
In a world where SUVs either play it safe or scream for attention, the 2026 Toyota Prado walks a different path. This is not just a facelift, it's a rebirth, forged in heritage, refined by technology, and aimed straight at drivers who crave more than just pavement under their wheels. The new Prado doesn't shout, it commands. With a boxier, squared-off profile inspired by its Land Cruiser roots, it wears purpose like armor. The stance is wider, the shoulders more pronounced, and with available 20-inch alloys and high-clearance bumpers, it looks ready to devour landscapes. Slide inside and it gets even better. Toyota hasn't just upgraded the interior, they've rethought it. Premium materials meet intuitive design. The 12.3-inch digital cluster is crisp, fast, and feels like it belongs in something twice the price. And the central infotainment display, also 12.3 inches, now supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with zero lag. You get USB-C ports front and rear, a head-up display, and an optional 14-speaker JBL audio system that fills the cabin like a concert hall on wheels. But all of that, it's just foreplay. The real story is under the hood. For 2026, the Prado ditches its old-school V6 for a 2.4-liter turbocharged hybrid powertrain, the same one from the new Tacoma iForce Max. It delivers a combined 326 horsepower and a monster 465 lb-ft of torque. You feel it instantly. From a stop, the surge is immediate. Electric torque fills in the gaps and turbo boost takes it from there. 0 to 60, mid 6-second range. For a body-on-frame SUV, that's no joke. And it's not just quick, it's clever. The hybrid system is smooth, barely noticeable in transition, and it brings real efficiency. Expect low 20s mpg in mixed driving, which is solid for something this capable. On road, the Prado is composed planted. It's not floaty, not overly stiff. Toyota's KDSS suspension and electronic sway bar disconnect mean it can pivot between highway comfort and trail agility with surprising finesse. Off-road, it's a beast. Full-time 4WD, center and rear diff locks, multi-terrain select. This isn't a crossover in a costume. It's the real deal. The starting price? Around $55,000 depending on trim. It's not cheap, but when you stack it against rivals, the Prado offers a balance of refinement, performance, and reliability that's hard to match. The 2026 Toyota Prado isn't here to blend in. It's here to remind us why adventure matters. Why some vehicles don't just take you places, they change the way you get there. And if this is the future of Toyota off-roaders, the road ahead looks very, very interesting. We're just getting warmed up. What's next might just rewrite the rules again. Stay sharp.